and gents, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be using a soap that I've not used in a while. It's a soap that I got as a sample from KShaveWorx. Thank you very much, Kev. And it's one that I didn't really get on with at first. Now, the initial thing that got me was the description of the scent, and I thought it would be really nice. It was a little bit sweet for my liking, and it was the Grapelicious. I love the smell of grape soda, the drink. It's artificially sweet, I must admit, but tasty enough, and it's one of those things that you really shouldn't be drinking because it's going to be rotting you from the inside out. But anyway, the scent was on the drink was nice. I thought maybe it'd translate well to a soap, but not so much. Turns out I prefer the darker, woodier, muskier scents over the sweet, fruity, unless it's lime or lemon. I quite like those in the sweeter scents, but not so much sort of like your artificial strawberries, that sort of thing. And the second thing was, I didn't really get on with the performance all that well. It just didn't agree with me, so to speak. I didn't find it was the slickest. I found it was lacking a little bit in cushion. So today I thought I'd give it a bit of an ultimate test. Now I did a test lather last night with part of the sample, plenty of soap, used the Razor Rock Monster brush and got a bloody good lather out of it, I must say. The lather was great. Obviously didn't shave because it's 2 days worth here, but today I thought I'd give it a proper test. So I used my favourite brushes, my current favourite razor and my current favourite blade in said razor, and that razor is the Mueller R41. The blade for that is the Astra Superior Stainless, brand new, first shave on it today, and the brush is the Cadman 26mm silver tip. So to do this, because it is a hard soap and it's in the sample, I'm going to be bowl lathering in my shaving room bowl. You might just see it sort of in there, sitting in there, a little bit pressed in, it's blooming. So I've already hot toweled. Razor is ready to go. Nice sharp blade. And the brush too, it's ready to go. Nicely soaked, ready to lather up a storm. Now, I'm going to lather, and as I do that, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It's an R41 with a fresh blade, and I have what I've sort of affectionately started to call sort of the first shave curse. Because whenever I shave with a blade for the first time on camera, I get nicks. First shave with the same blade and razor combo off camera, nothing. Don't know why this is, it's just an inexplicable phenomenon. And so that is what's going to happen today. So I've got my trusty Allen block to hand. Whilst we're talking about that, we're getting a good amount of thick lather building in the brush at this point, because this brush likes to soak up everything under the sun. You could almost call it the black hole of brushes, and everything just gets absorbed into it. And then once we've got a good thick lather and most of that soap off the bottom's gone, we will add some water to start making a shaveable lather. And it won't be long. I mean, right now it's as thick as you'd like. That you could pretty much construct a 3D model with this stuff. In fact, see it just sitting there in the edge of the bowl. It's thicker than 2 short planks. But yeah, this is what I did last night. I built it nice and thick, using just a little bit of bloom water and a little bit of residual moisture from the brush, and then I added the water to make the lather how I wanted it not long after, and it came out quite well, I've got to say. The lather was respectable. Obviously didn't shave with it. My wife used it on her legs at some point in the past, not using last night's test lather, mind. And found it acceptable for her. So it's a good. It's got to be a good lather. I mean, KShaveWorx stuff gets rave reviews across the board, and I know there's always the exception to every rule, that what suits one may not necessarily suit the next. There's got to be something in it. Now, what we've got, if I can just, yeah, so the soap has pretty much all but gone from the bottom of the bowl. A little bit left there, you can see just where I've tried to clear it, and the brush is chock full of currently unusable lather because it's too thick. So we're going to add some moisture. I'm going to add a fair bit based on last night's testing, because I know what it took to get it to usable, and I don't want to be spinning up a lather for 5 minutes on camera. And excuse me, was not expecting that. It's my first on-camera sneeze. Happens to us all. We're getting there quite quickly now. This is what we're working with right now. It's much thinner than it was, and it's holding a peak just about. We'll add a smidgen more water, not a lot, because obviously we want to get on with the shave. Because today, being Sunday, and my first video of the weekend, it was a busy day. Well, I say busy day. It was a non-constructive day yesterday. Friday night was well, that was movies and guitar. And a very late night, which meant I actually didn't get out of bed till quite late yesterday. And then there was the boxing, which, if any of you watched it, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, was a good night of boxing. If you were yet to watch it, or yet to see the results, some good stuff. And so yeah, so later on today I'm going to hopefully get another video done before we go to the Winter Wonderland in jolly Stoke-on-Trent, see what that's all about. Promised our son last week that we'd go, so we're going there today. Okay, so we have a lather that I will happily shave with. Just about the right consistency for what I like, plenty of it. We're good to go. So I've already hot toweled twice, yeah, so let's get lathering. Now again, the scent has dissipated a little. It's still quite sweet. To get this amount of lather in the bowl, I used about £1 coin's worth of soap in terms of volume. Not really sure what that translates to into, say, US coin sizes or anything like that. Maybe a couple of dimes. I don't know. There we go. So we have stacks of lather in there, stacks in the brush, plenty on the old boat race. Now, this is the R41 in the rose gold with a new Astra Superior stainless blade. Let's see how it goes. So first blade curse is likely to happen, so if you don't like blood, look away now. Okay. It is slicker. I'm going to put no pressure on the razor. here we are. I can revert to the mirror. And that was quite more than acceptable. I mean, it's taken off, you can see in the back there, 2 days worth of growth. Quite happily. Which, I know it's only the first pass on the upper face. Here we go, look. Curse. But yeah, like I say, the first couple of outages of these soaps, I found them quite dry, and with everything it's a learning curve. Every soap, well, not all soaps are the same, and by that I mean that they all have different needs to build lather. Some prefer, or some you can get good lather with a very small amount of soap and a given amount of water, and some soaps need more soap to the given amount of water to get quality lather. And I think this one, it's definitely a case of it needs a lot more soap up front. I mean, when I first used it, it was a case of the brush looked like it was full of lather, and it was full of pre-lather, but the lather itself, when built from that, wasn't great. Whereas double the amount of soap, much better. Yes, we have got a tiny little nick there. Didn't feel it, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. But yeah, I mean, one pass, and that's more that one part. Well, that razor blade and razor combination is phenomenal. But we are going to go for a second pass because we can. I'd like to give a couple of mentions today. A couple of guys whose channels I've been enjoying this week, when I can, because it's been a chaotic week. In terms of the wet shaving community, there's Andy Campbell, the Northern Shaver, and he's convinced me to try the Martin de Candre soaps. The shave in the video I put up yesterday was particularly inspiring. I like the sound of the fougere scent. And again, Stephen Keir, some great videos gone up this week, and last week for that matter. Always a pleasure to watch. And yeah, there's been lots of other stuff I've been watching this week. I've been toying with the idea of refinishing a guitar of mine, my Les Paul. It's currently white, and I fancy something different. So I've been watching a lot of videos from Crimson Guitars, great bunch of guys. Ben Crow, Master Luthia, make some brilliant videos, and very worth watching if you like guitars or woodwork in general. Some great content. So, again with the R41, across the grain as best we can. Now again, no pressure, otherwise you will get punished by the R41. An unforgiving beast. And yeah, definitely pays to work with the lather and make it thicker to start with. Use more soap and then thin it out to your liking from there. And this, yeah, this is better, a lot better. yeah, there's no soreness, no dryness so far. So yeah, can't complain. There we go. So I can't emphasise enough, zero pressure. You don't want to get bitten. Because it is a fearsome combination. And yeah, much better. And that, to me, 2 passes, let's just wipe off, feels good to go for the day. Absolutely, yeah. I don't need to do the 3rd pass for that. New blade in the R41, brilliant. So we're going to call it quits there, 2 passes. And I say quits because that almost sounds like I'm not wanting to do a 3rd pass, but let's face it, it's smooth as you like. And that's the point, why go further when you don't need to? This is my favourite little towel. Handy little black towel. And being black, it hides any indiscretions of wet shaving calamities. Bit of fluff. Anyway, so we have achieved a much better shave than the first few times I ever used the KShaveWorx stuff. So to recap, very briefly, it was the R41 with an Astra Superior stainless blade. We had the shaving room bowl, we had the KShaveWorx soap, which is better to show you in the lather form than it is than the sample baggie. You see there, just lovely thick creamy lather, and of course the Cadman 26mm silver tip badger knot. So what do we think? Well, yeah, much better. Using more soap with more water gives better lather. Well, in fact, it gives a lather that KShaveWorx promised. My initial experiences didn't live up to the promise that I'd seen from other wet shavers using the soap, but I'm always prepared to be wrong, because we're only human, we do make mistakes, and the only way to learn from your mistakes is to repeat the process and try not to come out with the same outcome. And this time I've come out with a much better outcome. I increased the materials used, so more soap, more water, and I got a much better lather. So it pays to experiment, and I know it's something that's been said by anyone and everyone. Play with the soap. Don't be afraid to use it. Try it out, build a lather, build it and build it and build it until you get the right lather for you. Because what suits me may not suit you, but always keep trying, because I've got a good shave out of it today. Okay, the scent is still not my favourite, because I have explained I'm not a great fan of sweet smelling soaps. I like an element of sweetness, say maybe with a little bit of frankincense to sort of back up and balance out a really woody dark scent, but not full on in your face sweetness. It's not my cup of tea. So, gentlemen, KShaveWorx, much better soap than I first anticipated. Experiment, practice building a lather, and you'll get a great experience out of it. I'm going to have a look at their scents. So I've tried the 2 now, the Grapelicious and the Cure for a Bellyache, and both are, well, they're painfully sweet, and hopefully they do something different in there that's a little bit darker, or certainly less sweet. It's certainly be worth trying because it was a great shave. The skin feels great, feels smooth, it feels protected. I don't feel like I've got to go in with any balm behind. I haven't needed my Allen Block, so it's clearly protected against a particularly aggressive razor and blade combination. So yeah, it's not a bad soap at all. I'm very surprised. Yeah, I'm starting to waffle, so I am going to go and do some other things. Maybe record my top 10 soaps based on my scoring system, which I will reveal in the next video. So gentlemen, thank you for watching. If you have liked the content of the video, there's a little button right down there with a thumbs up on it. I'd very much appreciate your likes. If you want to sort of see what's in the next video and look at everything else I've done, a subscription would be absolutely fantastic. So thank you gentlemen for watching. I've been Nick, and I will see you again soon. Bye.